My name is Stephen Brownstein, and this is my final oral report on CIS1942 Internship. I did my internship at Vectrus Incorporated. That's their logo right there. They were founded in 2014 as an offshoot of ITT Defense, better known as Excelis. They provide workers and support for many different contracting opportunities within the United States government. The contract I worked on, one of the contracts that they work for is to provide IT support for the Army Corps of Engineers. The project is called ACIT, which stands for Army Corps of Engineers Information Technology, and it supports and maintains all aspects of the information technology infrastructure for the Army Corps of Engineers and ensures standardization across the organization. Prior to this contracting, each site for the Army Corps of Engineers had their own way of doing things, their own setups, their own server setups, their own repositories, their own policies and procedures. So part of the point of the contract is to standardize it, bring everything under one umbrella, and make it work smoothly so that they can work with each other better than they could previously. So my role with the company, I worked for Vectrus as a full-time employee for a full year before the start of the internship. And I continue to work full-time as a PBX technician and a PC technician while working my internship. I was the senior PC tech as well as the subject matter expert for PBXs on site in Jacksonville at the Prudential Building downtown. My internship role was to learn more about help desk management, as that is one of the next logical steps from the level I currently work at, the other being continuing up the technical side and going into systems administration and server administration. But as they can't grant me rights to that temporarily, I did the help desk management side. My normal day, come in, run the reports for help desk performance, which included reports for aging tickets, reports for each individual technician and what tickets they had open, what tickets they were breached on, if any, tickets that the help desk as a whole was breached on, any unassigned tickets, how many we closed that week, reports like that. Based on those reports, I would interface with the team to ensure that everyone was on track for what their daily tasks were, what they had to do, what the priority tickets were, and how they were going to handle their workloads. I then interface with customers with outstanding tickets, usually those that were breached or over a certain amount of time, to ensure that they were updated on progress and that they knew that we were working on it and taking it seriously. After that, it was my job to train the new employees. We had 3 new employees during my internship time in help desk tasks and procedures as they exist for the Army Corps of Engineers. And then at the end of my time period for my internship every day was to provide reports to management and field questions from customers and management throughout my day while I was there. I learned a lot doing the internship. A lot that I didn't think was important. I learned that managing a help desk is much more than just knowing your field. I thought if I was a great technician and knowledgeable, that I'd be a great manager, and it's not the same skill set at all. You have to know your field so that you can assist your employees, but you also have to have skills that are outside your field so that you can do all the extra tasks, the administrative tasks that are required of you. Interpersonal skills are extremely important. You have to interface with customers, higher management, different managers across different districts as you try to figure out widespread issues and things like that. So you have to be able to relate with people very well in order to accomplish your job. Good time management is a must. not only for yourself that you have to manage your own workload in a day. That's pretty standard across any job, whether you're a help desk technician, a help desk manager, whatever role you hold, you have to manage your own time to make sure that your tickets are getting done. But you also then have to manage the time of the rest of the help desk. You have to make sure that the help desk is staffed to meet SLAs. You have to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do during the day, make sure they're accountable for their actions and their time. So it's like a whole nother level of time management. And the last thing I learned is that training is different for each employee. I happen to be lucky that I can learn in a lot of different ways. So all the different, and I never really thought about it, all the different jobs I've had, whatever training I got, I just kind of rolled with it and did the training. However, in training these new employees, I learned that not all of them learn the same way. So I could sit in a classroom and I could just regurgitate knowledge, and one employee picked that up great. She took notes. Everything was great. She went and jumped on the ball and was able to do everything. But I had another employee who didn't learn that way. He needed to be hands-on, so I'd take him to every computer I worked on, and he sat down, and I kind of guided him through it, but he did the work so that he could learn what he was doing, more like a muscle memory than a mental memory. So that was the other big thing I learned, is that I wrote down training is different, but that every employee is different. So you have to be able to handle each different employee in the way that they need to be talked to and coached and mentored and trained in their way, so that you have an effective team together, not just I'm going to teach to one person's style and the rest of the team can figure it out. You want to make sure you have a good, solid team. So those are the things I learned while I was working this internship. And that's the end of my presentation.